All right. We had them right where we wanted them the whole game. No, but go ahead.
Coach, it's not a big surprise they threw the ball so often against a team of your caliber. Probably throwing twice as many passes as they normally do.
Yeah, I agree with that. I thought so too. I thought I thought the first half, I thought we were disjointed on all sides of the ball. Part of it's that. I mean, you know, they did good. They've been coaching. They deserve some credit. And I thought they came out really fresh. You know, they've been off a lot for the last week and a half, and so. You know, I think that's helpful, you know. Oh, well, I mean, heck, I've had the benefit of that myself before, you know. And then but they were fresh and they beat us to the punch, I thought, a bunch of times. Those guys are gigantic, and not only will they catch it, they'll drag you. And then, so, I mean, they're an impressive unit. And then, you know, got a couple good running backs, and then, but I was proud of our guys for sticking in it. You know, I think everybody for the Cougs would like to have the first half over because we think we're better than what we did the first half. Second half, then it kind of became, you know, it was a little like doing surgery with chainsaws out there for both sides, I think. And then, you know, you just got to stick in it. You never know what's going to happen in a football game, and so, you know, especially tough physical guys like them. But we felt like we could execute well, and you know, our guys sideline wise, we do a good job of sticking together and playing together. And so I thought that was really strong for us.
How important was the third quarter today? You guys haven't been so good in the third quarter of the season, outscored 7-3, and really kind of kept yourselves in the game there.
Yeah, well, we really didn't have much choice this third quarter, so I think. Yeah, I don't know. We got to get better at the third quarter, I think. You know, it turns out we got to get better the first half between now and next week. So.
Coach, do you think Minshaw's performance is going to qualify him for being a candidate for the Heisman?
It should. I mean, when you consider, that kind of depends what they give the award for, and they seem very confused right now.
Yeah, we think so too.
Well, I mean, because you know, what it used to be was who's got the biggest impact on their specific team. And so, I mean, I would love to hear the guy that, you know, outshines Gardner with regard to that, okay? And then the other thing is, sadly, as they started doing this, they didn't change the date of when they give that thing out. And so then they try to speculate who's going to be the MVP of the national championship team. And then doing that, then it's all over the map. So I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, that thing's convoluted, and I hope he wins it because awards are team awards. I mean, our entire team, players, everybody, would be extremely proud of any distinctions our guys are able to get. But you know, we all view them as something that the team accomplishes, and we expect them to view it that way.
How do you describe, you said if that's the definition of the award, he's had the biggest impact on his own team of any guy out there. Can you describe why that?
Well, because he got here in May. He got here in May, so did not have a great deal of time to put this thing together. And then we've got an extremely young receiving corps, which I think he's done a really good job elevating, and of course they've done a good job elevating themselves. We had some new faces on the offensive line, and one of the things that I think that is hard to for you guys to see perhaps is the way he elevates them, because he's a get your hands dirty kind of guy. I mean, but for the fact he's a quarterback and built like he is, he doesn't get to play O-line, so he has to play quarterback. And but you know, he identifies with those guys, and just the energy that he elevates them with. Because he's truly one of the guys. I thought he did a great job integrating himself with our team, and then I think he's done a really good job as far as sorting out our plays and our package quickly. And you know, I mean, if somebody's been asked to do much more than that, you know, give it to him. But I don't know who it is.
Mike, you cautioned people back in,
Of course, I don't follow football. Really, I follow who the teams we play. Go ahead.
You cautioned people back in August that maybe this team was better than a lot of people thought. What made you confident in that back then? Why'd you say that?
Well, the quick, simple answer is I always think that. You know, I've mentioned this before. I mean, on Sunday, I'm not sure we can beat Pullman Junior High. On Thursday, I think we can beat an all-star team of the Eagles and the Patriots, you know. So, I mean, this is not a business for rational people. I mean, and that's not why anybody comes to the games to see what's supposed to happen. They want to be surprised. And so, and I think it's an opportunity for players to, elevate and do something no one thought they could do, maybe they didn't know they could do themselves. And so, but that starts with, expectations and generating it with the whole group.
Coach, do you think that you've done for the Pac-12 what Chip Kelly had done at Oregon, where he ran everything so quickly and didn't give the defenses time to get set? You have an offense that just basically passes on every play with a quarterback that's extremely accurate. Somebody always gets open. He hits them for 5, 10, 15, 20 yards every time. Do you think that your approach, which is kind of unique in the Pac-12, is going to change the Pac-12 the way Kelly did?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the thing is I've had it spread out for a long time, since Iowa Wesleyan College, to be perfectly honest. And, and Chip spreads it out to create space for the run game. We spread it out to create space for both, but pass game more than he does both too, but run first. And then, and both of us are trying to create space. And I thought about this one day when I was walking to work. Everybody, what are you trying to accomplish on offense? What are you trying to accomplish on defense? And then there's long, elaborate answers depending on the nature of the team. On offense, you're trying to create space. On defense, you're trying to restrict space. And then there's a lot of schemes and ideas to do that. Now, as far as influencing Pac-12, anything like that, I don't know. I mean, and then, I know they sped it up, and then Mike Bellotti kind of had that offense cooking too. And then, then Chip elevated, some more. So, and I'm not entirely sure, where Mike left off and Chip got there for sure. When we got obviously to Washington State, they won one game the year before, so we tried to shoot anything. We'd do anything on offense. I don't know that you can call what we did offense early on, but we had to get some pieces in place.
What about Blake stepping out as a redshirt freshman kicker who didn't really win the job until 2 weeks before fall camp, to be able to handle a situation like that and kick the game winner?
I thought it was outstanding. I'm really proud of him. I thought that was outstanding. I mean, that's what a moment for him. And and he needs to get used to doing that on a regular basis.
Mike, is there anything you saw from January through July or August that you kind of feel laid the foundation for this, maybe that was out of the public eye, visible to you?
I don't know.
It's leadership.
I don't understand the question totally. I mean, we beat them the last 2 times before too, but
Well, I mean for your whole season, not just this game. Just the leadership, chemistry. See that stuff develop?
well, I thought in the off season, I thought we went through a lot of adversity, obviously, with Tyler's passing, which everybody misses him, and I think that was tough on everybody. But the best way to honor and glorify one of your friends or relatives or something like that is to reach your full potential. And then, but I think the biggest thing is we really had a good off season, a great off season. I thought Tyson's done an outstanding job. I think also that, and we've asked ourselves that same question that you're asking. I'm not sure that part of it had to do with the fact we had so many open jobs and so many people competing for their jobs. I mean, you had to fight to get reps, because a certain number of people aren't here anymore, then you had to fight to get reps. And I think you know, the competition, and we tried to elevate it all through the off-season too, the competition and stuff like that. And then also our guys were about that age where, okay, now it's my turn to distinguish myself. Yeah, except for we're not so sure about you. This other guy, we like him too, you know. And then I think the level of competition was really good. And then I think you know, Gardner's energy escalated that. And then you know, and then the other thing is I think you know, Coach Clays does an outstanding job, and Coach Brock as far as holding our team together. And you know, there's none of these sides of the ball type of divisions, and those things I hate. Yeah, I mean, it's just pathetic. I mean, I think, and I think that there isn't any of that division, and I think that's kind of elevated everybody. It's very supportive, all for one environment. So, and again, I think again the competition, perhaps one of the most, you know, maybe the most coachable team I've ever had.
Final few for Coach?
Do you think that the receiving core is pretty well rounded today? And what would you think of Tate Martin coming on late and making a big play there with 5 minutes left?
No, I thought it was a good play. I don't know what we do here. Now, Des was really hot for a while.